Hey, hello, let's look at this together. You are given this equation, and now they give you in this stage. Look at the marks, it's 2 marks. So there's not much to do here. You just simply need to equate this one to 0, and then solve for x. All right, you can say x minus 2 equal to 0. You are allowed to do that. Or x plus 7 equal to 0. Look at this one. Now solve for x here. We are going to have x. So we are going to take this negative 2 to the other side of the equal sign. So because this was negative, now it's going to be positive, which is going to be positive 2. So in this case, same thing, equal to. Now we are going to take this 7 to the other side of the equal sign. It's going to be negative 7 now, because before it was positive 7. So you are done, really. Okay, what about this one? Look at this. This one is not the same as this one. As you can see here, we are having this bracket and equal to a number, not 0. So our job is to make this one to be in a standard form. So how to do that? You need to simplify this bracket by distributing this x. So it's going to be x times 5x is going to be 5x squared. X times negative 3 is going to be negative 3x. We are done. But now we still have that one out there. We need to take it inside or to the left side of the equal sign. It's going to be negative 1 equal to 0. Now we are having a standard form here. Look at this one. We have a x squared plus bx plus c, which is going to be 0. As we can see here, the value of a is 5, the value of b is negative 3, and the value of c is negative 1. So now, what is next? We need to rewrite this like this. A is going to be positive 5, and b is going to be negative 3, and then c is going to be negative 1. Why this is very important? It's because in this one, we are going to use the quadratic formula to solve. How do we know? It's because they've mentioned this. Most of the time in your question paper, if you see something like this, just know there is no factors. You need to use the quadratic formula. So let's do that. And here, you don't need to stress yourself. This formula is there at the back of your question paper. So they will give it to you. And if they don't, you don't even need to worry about it because it's easy. So you have the value of B here with the value of A here, the value of C here. Okay, this A is the same A here. All right, so what do we do? Now we need to substitute. That's all you need to do. Remember, this minus came with a formula. Open bracket, the value of B is negative 3 as well, plus or minus from the formula. So we need to put the square root. So the value of B is the same as this one. So it's negative 3 squared. The brackets are very important. So minus from the formula, 4 from the formula. The value of A is going to be 5 in this case. And then the value of C is going to be negative 1. This is very important in grade 11s and 12s as well. So it's going to be like this. And then you have 2. Now this A is the same A. So we are going to have 5 here. Once you do this step, trust me, you are done. The next step now, we are going to put your first x. Remember, this is a quadratic, so we have two values of x. So that's all you need. Now you need to punch this on your calculator. The first x, you put a plus, right? And then the second x, you put minus here. Okay, if you put a plus everything like this, put everything correctly, so then you'll get 0.84, right? So when you put minus now everything remaining the same, you will get negative 0.24. Why 24? Why not 2? It's because they said you must round off or correct to 2 decimal places. So what about this one? This one is the one that we call inequalities. So what we need to do here, we still need to find the factors, right? So it's x times x will give us x squared. Here, we need two numbers that we can multiply to get -6, but when we add them, we get -1. So it's going to be 3 and 2. But be careful with your signs. This one will get negative, this one positive. Look at this. -3 times +2 is -6. But when you say -3 plus 2, you get +1. So from this point, this is what is important here. Now, the next step is the one that is very important because learners, they make a mistake to think, oh, now I'm going to say x is less than, no. Now, we have these ones that we call critical values. It's you equating x temporally, so I don't know how to put it to you, but we call them critical values, where you say x is going to be assigned to +3 and x is going to be assigned to -2. Okay, these is not the final stage. All right, these are not your final answers. Now actually we are going to tell the marker now that okay, these are our critical values. But what do we know about this one? We know that in a number line, this is the smallest number on the left and then the biggest number on the right. Now what you need to do here, okay, this is the graph, I should say. So now from here you can tell this one says less than 0, so it's here between 3 and -2, or -2 and 3. Our x is here. All right, so in other words, how to finalize this one? I normally do it like this. You write your x, write this sign, and then you put the smallest number this side, you put the biggest number this side, and then you are done. So what about this one? Look at this. You are given these two terms equal to 48. So what do you see here? 2 power of x, 2 power of x plus 1. But here something is fishy. You need to separate these ones. So it's going to be this x plus, separate this back to the original, or where it's coming from. Don't worry, I will let you know now. Do you remember the rule that says when you multiply two same bases, the exponents will add? Okay, take it as one, exponents will add. So like we are given this, now we are taking back to this, right? Okay, now look at this now. Now we have the common factor. These are two terms. Remember, in this term, we have 2 power of x plus 2 power of x in this side. So we are going to take it out now as our common factor. What is left here is 1. What is left here is plus 2 when you look at it very carefully. Equal to 48. So this side, you are going to have 3. You can say dot 3. Dot means times in this situation. So 48, right? So now you can divide by these 3 both sides. So these 3 will remove this 3, and then we are left with 2 power of x here equal to, what is this one? It's going to be 16, correct? Yes. Now you need to write this. I'm going here because I don't have a space now. So you need to write this 16 in base 2 as well. So you have base 2 here equal to base 2. Now what exponent to put here that will give you 16? It's going to be 4. So now since we have equal bases, it's true to say exponents are also equal. So your x is going to be 4. Okay, what about this one? Let's leave this one alone here. 2x minus 1. Make sure your root is covering everything. So you have x. The only mistake that you made here is that you took this 2, you put it here. It's not 2x. These 2 supposed to come be minus 2 this side, like this, right? That's the only mistake that happened there. Otherwise, the procedure You understood it? Yes. So what is the next move here? We are going to remove this root. So what is left behind is what is under the root, equal to this one. I normally prefer that you do it aside. Don't make it a lot here. What do we have here? We have two same brackets. It's x minus 2, x minus 2. I like it when you put a product here. X times x is x squared. Negative, okay, x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Do you see this one? So this one is going to be negative 4x. So what do we have here? We have x squared minus 4x plus 4. I'm taking this to the other side, which means x squared will remain positive, and then we have negative 4x. I take this to the other side, it will be minus 2, and then plus 4, that is still there. Now I'm taking this, will be plus 1 equal to 0. So we need to solve this. Simplify it, all right? So this is going to be x squared, and then negative 6 x, and then this one is going to be plus 5, and then from here is very easy. Now you look for the factors or by opening two brackets, and then what you need to do, we have x times x will give you x squared, and then we need two numbers that you can multiply to get 5, but when you add them you get negative 6. Remember, this is a prime number, so only two numbers, 1 and itself. 1 and itself, right? So negative times negative is positive 5, but negative 5 plus negative 1 is going to be negative 6. So here the x is going to be positive 5, or the x is going to be positive 1. What is very important here? So before you finalize your answer, you have to choose which one makes the statement true. Take 5, put it here. 2 times 5 is going to be 10, minus 1 is going to be 9, right? So root 9 is going to be 3, plus 1 is going to be 5. Take this 5 to this side. It's going to be 5. So if we put 5 here, we get 5. If we put 5 here, we get 5. So 5 equal to 5, which means true. So 5 is equal to 5 is true. Okay, let's put 1. Put 1 here. 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1. X is equal to 5. Then this one is not the one. Then it's going to be our equation 1. This one is equation 2. So in this case, we need to find equation 3. So how to find equation 3? So in this equation, we are going to make x the subject of the formula, then 2y will remain, and then we take this positive 6 to the other side, it will be negative 6. This is our equation 3. All right, so now the next step, you need to substitute equation 3 into equation 2. That is why we had to name them, so we know that, okay, this one means this one. Oh, this. Now, equation 3 is this one. We put it where? What does this mean? In this equation, all right, wherever there is x, we are going to put what is equal to x, right? So we say x is equal to this. So wherever there is x here, we are going to put this. Why? We are killing x's here to remain with y's only. All right? So we have this one squared. This is why I'm putting the bracket. So we have 2y minus 6 squared. Look at this. I just killed x in this term. Now I have 2y minus 6. I killed x. So let me kill x here. 2. Now I have this x. I have to kill this one by replacing with this one. You see, I've done that. I've managed to kill x in this term as well. So here we don't have x, so there's no need to worry about it. Now the next step, I need to simplify all these complicated things. Actually, they are not complicated, they look complicated. All right. What is next step? The next step, you need to fix this. This means you have two equal brackets. Y minus 6 to y minus 6. So now you need to simplify. 2 times 2 is 4y squared in this case, and then 2 times we are going to have negative 12 y. Now negative 6 times this is going to be negative 12y, and then negative 6 times negative 6 is going to be positive 36. So you need to simplify it. So what are you going to write down there? This one is remaining the same. This is going to be negative 24y plus 36. Right, this what you have here. Okay, so here we are going to have 4y squared minus 24y plus 36. Right, so now we need to fix this one as well. So I want you to think of it like this. This is the same thing to say, okay, it's 2y minus 6. Okay, you can simplify. You take this to this side, nothing, because they're all multiplying. They are both outside the brackets. And you can only do this one since there is no sign between the bracket and the number or the y. That is why it was correct to fix it like this. Okay, so what is the next move? 2 times 2 is 4. Y times y is y squared, right? 2y times negative 6 is going to be negative 12y. So what are we having here? We are having we're having plus 4 plus 4y negative 12y equal to 3y squared, right? So, oh, I made a mistake here. This one needs to be 4y squared. So we have plus 4y. Remember, we have this y squared here. We can take it to this side as well. So to be like this. So what about the y's? We have minus 24y, and then we have minus 12, then minus 12y. In terms of the numbers, we are left with 36. So I know this one could be just simple done in one step, but because we are learning, hey, we need to fix this one. So look at this one. So 4 plus 4 minus 3 is going to be 5y squared. All right, when it comes to the y's, this is going to be negative 36y, and then this one is plus 36, correct? Yes, I guess so. Don't mind these long steps. All right, you can simple do it in your own way, but as long as you get what we are having here. It's because I'm teaching you, so I want you to understand what is happening. So here you open two brackets. Once you have these 5, which means, oh, the number like this, so 5y times y is going to be 5y squared. So here, that's how it's going to work. So we need a number that is going to be here and here. 5 times 6 is going to be 30 plus 6. It's going to be 36. But now, what about the signs? For us to get positive here, we need negative times negative. So when we say 5 times negative 6 is negative 30 plus negative 6 is going to be negative 36. So in other words here, your y is going to be equal to 6 over 5. Or here is going to be positive 6. So from this point, we need to find x. Remember, we are going to use equation 3 to find x. But now, because now we know what is our y. All right. So we are going to use 6, put 6 here, get x, put this one here, then you get x. So let's start with this one. So it's going to be 6, 2, 6 over 5 minus 6. So when you punch your calculator here, you must find the answer, right? And then again, you need to put 6 now. So 2, 6 minus 6. So you need to find the answer here. All right. If you punch it correct, okay. So if you punch it correct, you're supposed to get 6 here. And then here, if you punch it correct, you should get 18 over 5. Okay. So in this case, x is 18 over 5, and then y is equal to, and then y is 6 over 5. Or x is 6 and then y is 6. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.